1:30, we do have a quorum. I want to welcome everybody to the planning commission meeting. First approval of minutes from the last meeting. I didn't get a chance to read them, Jeff. They're pretty good.
I love them. Yeah, whoever did that last meeting, they're good. So.
Motion to approve.
I'll make
I'll
it.
make it.
Second.
Second.
So moved. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So moved, Chad. Jeff, you have anything to report?
No, sir.
Bruce?
No, sir.
Shelley? Okay. Unfinished business, Chad?
No, nothing.
Okay, let's go, I gotta get out of here fairly early, but, let's do the, waiver for Randy first.
Okay. We just have one variance too. We can go that. I think we can do that one real quick. I'll just read that. VR 829, application submitted by Chad Chalmers of Wildman Chalmers Design for Joseph Knupp for a variance to allow the construction of a new addition on an existing home to within 24 foot of the rear and 11 of the side yard setbacks. Property is located at 792 State Park Road, tax map 58, parcel 489, zone Lake Residential 1. Anybody has any questions about that?
Any issues with this you can think of, Chad, or not?
No, none that I'm aware of. It's kind of an odd shaped lot, the way that has little road frontage there on State Park. It's kind of an odd configuration there.
Is he asking for two variances, or is he grandfathered in on the side there?
No, he'd be going for,
Just the rear yard?
let me read that again. 24 foot of the rear and 11 of the side. He's asking for two.
Any other concerns? Okay, moving on, then on down to next group. All right, let's do Randy's waiver.
Yeah. Nerd, can you hand that one packet on down to Liz?
We gotta find it again. Here's it.
Which one is it now?
That extra one there for the mic.
Here.
Need one.
Okay, so
Here you go, Lee.
this is a sensitive areas ordinance waiver. You all don't hear those very much. I did send that little section of the sensitive areas ordinance. It says no new building shall be constructed, no building shall be expanded within 20 feet of the right of way of a public road. Randy Butler is here. He has kind of a unique situation there where there's I believe the old 219 right of way comes through the property. He stated in the letter that it's not maintained through that area, so he's asking for a variance to go closer to that. I believe you said 5 foot instead of the required 20, and I think you had mentioned you do have plans to try to purchase that from State Highway.
Yeah, the only reason I came here was because I talked to Dwayne Kirshner of the State Highway, who I purchased the ground off that we're putting the building on. He just said, because it took a year to purchase the land with COVID, took a year to purchase it, and I really thought we'd have the building up by now, but he said, get the waiver from the county, and he said, as soon as you get it, he said, you can purchase it. We have to start the process of surveying and all the stuff that the state does to buy the property, to buy the road.
I think the main reason for that building setbacks, avoid issues with plowing. If the county's in their part of the state, will be doing something in a right of way for utilities. So this is, again, a little unique, and that road is not a public thoroughfare past that kind of area.
At the building side, they put in the paper that the car lot where I'm at, there hasn't been a state, I've been there for 15 years, and there's never been a state road truck up through there. There was never no need, because if it needed plowed, I plowed it. And so, and it dead ends, the road is not like, it dead ends right where the building's gonna be. It's not like you can go past it or anything, it just dead ends where we're gonna put the building up there anyway.
I mean, it's really not usable for anything else. I mean,
No,
to be
it
honest
really
with you.
isn't.
I mean, it's been dead for a long time.
Yeah.
But the problem, the only thing I was concerned about, Chad, you brought up a good point, is did the state have any expansion plans to move 219 over that way at any point?
They, when I originally bought the ground, that was, I have rented the ground off of the state for about 10 years, and that being not the excess of the car lot, the upper part of that, I rented it from. And the reason I purchased the ground was, they came to me and said, hey, we can sell this ground to you now, we have no plan. I had no writing, I had nothing writing, they said, we have no plans of ever doing any expansion, we'll sell you this ground that you run it off of.
Well, my point is, if they sold him the ground, that means they're, you know, I just wanted to ask that question on the record, because I know a lot of times there's a right of way that extends past, like you said. So like I said, knowing the piece of property, I know it's not usable for anything else.
That
was the only thing
was part of, that's how the rental of the property started, because I bought the piece of ground and the state owned the extra part, and they said, no, we don't want to sell this. If we ever want to sell, we'll come back to you, but we'll rent it to you. So that's how the rental process started.
Right.
And, you know, and then they've actually approached me and said, hey, we have no plans, we'll sell you this ground.
It doesn't impact the building above
No,
you at all.
no.
It didn't look like it, but I was just asking that.
Yeah, and this is in a non-zoned area of the county, so like the previous variance we just talked about had front, rear, and side setbacks. This is one that's non-zoned, so you don't have that situation. The only setbacks in the non-zoned areas are in the sensitive areas from the road.
Has the state formally abandoned that right-of-way reasonable through there?
No, I believe it's still a state right-of-way, that's why we're enforcing the 20-foot setback according to the sensitive areas ordinance.
But the 20-foot setback obviously wasn't intended for his situation, no? Where there's no traffic and they don't.
Yeah, I think it's mainly, you know, if you're right beside a county road, you know, we don't want to be spraying snow on you when we plow and stuff like that. I think that's part of the reasons for it. So this is a somewhat
Any other
unique.
comments on this, Bruce?
Not really. I mean, it's a sensitive area
Yeah.
because it's close to the
It is.
road. Is that what makes
Yes.
it sensitive?
Shelley, anything?
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the
Got a
20-foot
motion approved, I
setback.
got a second?
Second.
Second. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? So moved, Chad.
All right.
Thank
You're
you.
good to go, Randy, whenever you wanna go. You're welcome to stay, it's a lot of fun.
Huh?
It's a lot of fun.
Should leave while you can.
I'll send you a written approval letter.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Okay, Chad, what are we moving on to next?
Yeah, we've got 3 subdivision plats. Let's go ahead and do the section 11A and 12B. So this is a new section of the WISP PRD. I believe this one's 109 lots, so it's a pretty large section. This is for preliminary approval, so there's still a lot of things we're working on, HOA docs, the road review, stormwater management. So today's vote would be for this general layout, just for preliminary approval. If anyone has any comments on that, or if John's here and Karen, if they have any comments about it.
Everything looks to be in order, Chad, as far as you're concerned, moving in the right direction.
Yeah, I've made comments, the plat comments have been addressed, and we just have those other things that will have to be done before they come back for.
So this is just preliminary. You
Yeah,
still need
just
action on
preliminary.
this.
So, yeah, so everybody should be looking at the general lot layout, make sure they think it conforms to the ordinances, and then they'll come back for final approval once the road review's done, stormwater, homeowners documents, all those things are taken care of.
Any comments?
I have a question, just that I have nothing to do with association management anymore, but do you have places for trash on both of these?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you guys always need to ask that.
Yeah, that was one of my comments in the first review. I said, this has come up, the planning commission's aware of it, it's not in the ordinances, so this is just a recommendation, but we've had issues. Are there areas, and they said, yeah, it's gonna go on some of the common areas are laid out, so.
Oh, good. Okay, perfect. I just know that then, you know, it can be of contention.
Okay, motion to approve,
I'll make a motion.
motion second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in
I
favor?
have to abstain, I worked on this.
What's that?
I said I need to abstain and not vote on.
All go? Everybody good? Okay. Next one, Chad.
So the next one, let's go to Cathedral Springs. This one will probably look somewhat familiar. If you last month, we looked at that old 160 lot cluster subdivision from 1,000 acres that they basically, or that they requested to dissolve. This is kind of coming back. This was actually at one time approved as part of that, and then the lots were merged back together. At one time, there was going to be a little spur road involved in this as well. They're not doing that. So the road through there, Crows Point's already been approved and looked at, so now they're just going back and creating these as conforming lots. They're not cluster lots. These are all lots over 1 acre.
So this is the reconfigured thing we looked at last.
Yeah, so basically they're just gonna be bringing all those sections as individual subdivisions now, so this will be for preliminary approval.
That's pretty well, I guess, it's a lot of it, right? I mean,
Excuse me.
this is a good hunk of it, right? I mean, just
Well, this is the 30, let's see, how many?
30, whatever, yeah.
Yeah, this is, not 30, excuse me. 21 lots, so it's this cathedral.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah. So from now on, they will be bringing these just as individual. We'll need to make sure each section complies. We don't have to worry about the shared open space and all those things that were involved with all 160 lots.
Any further comments, concerns, motion?
I'll make it for preliminary.
Yes.
Right, that's what it
Yeah,
is.
preliminary, right. Second? Got a second?
second.
Further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So moved, Chad.
Okay. And then the last one is Poland Run East. Now, this one is a cluster subdivision. So what I just sent out today, I was a little bit behind on reviewing these after being gone, so that's why I just got that. I think I forwarded that this morning. They need to show that a cluster subdivision works better than a typical subdivision. So what they're looking for here are a little bit smaller lot sizes. You'll see those lots are less than 1 acre, but they have common area. So they've submitted a yield plan. I've reviewed all that. That works, and they have to have 25% as open space. And then they provided their rationale for this, is what I sent earlier.
Any concerns on this one, Chad, at all?
No, they will still need to provide, I think they said they will provide documentation showing how that's gonna be owned. So it has to have a conservation easement on it, so we can ensure that that common area stays as common area. They have to maintain that 25% in order to get the smaller lot size.
Any comments?
So they can use the golf course as part of their green space.
Yeah, that's permitted.
Did I see that on that second sentence? Nice having a golf course then, right?
Yeah. This one's all along 1,000 acres road, so not really a lot of road infrastructure to put in.
All right, any other comments? Motion?
I'll make it.
Motion second? Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? So moved, Chad.
Okay. I think that's all we have.
John, thank you. Is that it for the meeting?
I think so. That went pretty quick. I think that's it, though.
Yeah.
First day back in 6 weeks, I do it quickly, right? Any other questions? We'll adjourn the meeting and I'm going to therapy. That's a lot of fun.